Man, sorry guys, I've just realised. No sound. Right, the sound is on. The sound is on. Do you know what? I really hate it. I'm so glad you came on, George, to warn me about that. So I was just saying, been mucking around with a few cosmetic changes on a competition lottery website. Client on the first draft is super happy. Don't worry, yep. The sound is on. The sound is on now. Hey, Mamesla. Hey. Yeah, sorry everyone. Sorry everyone for that. Lottery competition website, first draft. Client is super jacked and happy. What? Just a few tiny cosmetic changes, but one of the changes they've made, and hi everyone, by the way, Jack, Eichmann, George, Mamesla, Mia. I got to say it hi again because you wouldn't have heard me say it the first time because the mic was off. Some of the changes the clients requested have made me go, you've now made the website go from that to that. You've dropped the standard because you wanted to make, if you have a black background and you have a good yellow color, it works. But when you go to gold, too many people go for black background and gold. Do you know the gold color I'm talking about? Like a metallic-y gold. It's a very dull. It's borderline brown, isn't it? It's like a yellowy brown. It's just not, and it's dull. How many times have you worked on a website where you got a black background and then you go with gold, like a dull gold color? It's really dull. I hate it. And I don't like the way that so many businesses out there are going, for luxury, we're going to have black and gold. It doesn't look good. It looks really dated. Everyone's doing it. Where's the individuality? Does anyone understand what I'm saying? When you have a black background and you have like the dull gold, it's like a yellowy. It's not even yellow. It's like a yellowy brown. It's just dull. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Well, if you don't, I don't care. No, I hope you do. I'm sure you do understand what I'm talking about. I'm sure you do. Right. So this is just I'm giving a client a bit of a facelift on their website. Ignore what you see up here. All right. It's just because of the size of the screen. All right. It's all a bit. In fact, I'm just going to do a quick change on here. Yeah, I mean, do you know what I mean, though, George? Like the whole black and gold is it's so overdone, isn't it? It's so like everyone's doing it, and I just don't like it. I really, really, really don't like it. What's going on here? Oh, the column, of course. Duh, I forgot the column size, didn't I? Right, I'm just it's a new client, just working on their WooCommerce. Black and orange is no, Jack. Black and orange is good. Orange is good. Orange is good. Right, orange is good. I like orange, but when you do black and gold, it's rubbish. Yeah. Exactly, George. Well, we went from let me show you the impact. Okay? Let me show you the impact, right? Let me show you the impact so you kind of understand, right? Let me give you... So imagine that's your hero banner, right? That's your hero banner. Look at the yellow there. Do you get the vibe? Do you get the energy? Do you get the energy? Now look at the same image, but you use a gold colour. So study that image. Do you get the vibe? Give me a yes. Hit like as well. So hit like whether you like it or not. I don't really care. Hit like. But do you feel the energy in the yellow, the zest, right? Do you feel the energy in that image? Give me a yes. If you hit no, I'm booting you off. But give me a yes? Give me a yes. I'm going to pretend you all hit yes. Right. Now look at the image. Now look at the image with their gold. So focus on that image and now look at that one. Can you the energy has sucked out. Look. Energy, vibe, vibrancy, gold. It's totally sucked out the energy. Hasn't it? Do you see what I mean? So I've said to the client, look at all of these images, right? Look at all of these images. Energy. Energy. You feel there's a vibe. There's something going on. Now, if you take this image, right, a bit like what we've got here, and you strip out the yellow energy and you give it that, you've sucked it. You've dullified it. You dullified and nullified the energy. You've literally taken the energy and gone and just pounded it down. That's what you've done. Do you get what I mean, though? Hey, Jake, how are you? How are you? I was just talking about a client's website. We've just started on Monday, got the first draft over to them yesterday. They are happy so far with the functionality and the features. But now they want to change some colors, and I feel like they're changing the look and feel of the website. Hey, Jimmy. Good morning. I love that. Good morning, beautiful souls. Dullified. Hey, Paul, I didn't realize you were there. But do you see what I mean? It's just totally like, you know, you go from high octane and then you just go, you literally just go, Beckett, right? Anyway, that's what they want to go for. So who am I to say anything different to them at the moment? So I'm just trying to come up with some ideas. So there's someone based out in, oh God, I can't remember the location now. They're in America, right? They're in America. America's a big place. And their WooCommerce website it's a bit non-existent in what they've done at the moment. So I'm just going to kind of work on it. And I'm just trying to come up with some idea. I've got an idea for what to do here. I'm just trying to work out the wording I'm going to use while we're here. By the way, Paul, good to have you here. It was good to see Dave. I feel like we have answered the question about what he drinks. So I think we're all happy now, right? I think we're all happy. What are you all up to at the moment? So Jimmy, let's see what Jimmy is saying. Let's just put it on full screen. Ah, right. Okay, Jimmy, this is a good question. This is a very, very good question. Sometimes when I share some pages, the images don't always come from the featured image that I've set on the page, even though you've set it in edit pages. And that annoys the life out of me too. So this is what you've got to do, Jimmy. And you're not going to like this, but here's what you got to do. So when I share an image, let me reverse a step. What I do is I add an image onto the post first, and then I add my content with the link. And because I've already added an image, it stops the social media pulling an image from the link. Does that make sense? Because the minute you put a link, it pulls the image, doesn't it? But if you put an image in first, so you define the image, it can be rank math as well. Sometimes I find that even though you do it as the pages and rank math, even then it sometimes still pulls it like God knows where. It's like Google has attached an image to the page and you're going, wait, what have you done that for? So I would say what I always do is like Publer and stuff like that. Sorry, microphone. Publer and stuff like that. What I do is I put the image first and then I add my content and the social media link. And that means I'm in total control of the image that's being displayed. I wasn't sure if Dave understood what, every time you said it, I think he got it. I wasn't sure. Does he know about the whole polar bear and the penguin? Does he know, did he actually understand that? Because I did wonder at one point, like, does he even, is he thinking, what the hell is going on here? How the heck did we suddenly talk about Dave and go on to penguins and polar bears crapping everywhere? Yeah, definitely check your rank math for your page. Definitely do that. Definitely do your edit pages. And if it still isn't working, just remember to put an image in first. Because one of my clients had the same problem as well. In that sometimes whenever they did like a post and they've done rank math and done the pages, it was still pulling an old image from elsewhere. So I says, look, just put the image you want to show. It might be cover art or something like that. I have to say, though, what was nice, though, yesterday was Dave. Hey, Pickstar, how are you? Dave looked really well. Dave looked really, really well. In fact, he looked better than he's ever looked before. I don't know, he looked pretty cool, and I did like his room. I have to say, many times I was almost just staring at his background of his room. It was quite ingenious, and what I liked about his room, it was almost like he had said, right, I'll take a bit of Paul Tuts, not Paul Tuts, Paul from WP Tuts, right? I'll take a little bit of inspiration from Vito as well. And I'll take a bit of inspiration from Troy, Digital Mavericks, Troy Dean as well. So when you take bits of Troy Dean, Paul Charlton and Vito Peleg, you take all of their their backgrounds and you merge them, you get Dave Voice background. Does anyone else get that vibe? Because you had the guitars, you had all the lightings and stuff like that. That was like the Troy Dean effect. The guitars was Vito. Then you had the Star Wars, the Paul effect. Did anybody else get that from the Dave Foy background? I'm just looking at IZ4. Keep getting issues with related products widget spacing, where the product cards are extremely narrow. Ooh. My question to you, IZ4, would be, cool name by the way, IZ4. I hope that's your real name and not a fake name, because I would love to have a name like that. Hey, who are you? I'm EIZ4. That's what it felt like, Paul. The background, but it was a nice background, wasn't it? IZ4, sorry. Hey, Syed, Nadeem, Mohammed, hi to you. So back to IZ4. How many columns are there, though? How many products are there? Are we talking like one? Well, not one. It'll be more than one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it a boxed width? Is it a full width? Do you get that problem when you have just 2 items showing, 2 columns? How does it? What are you getting there? Are you sure you haven't got any CSS script anywhere on your website? Maybe. What theme are you using? Are you using Hello? Because if you're using Ocean WP or some other shit, it could be your theme is affecting the look of it as well. So, very good question. But what we would need to know is, what is your theme? How many products? Boxed width, full width? Any other CSSs you got going on? Any other WooCommerce add-ons? In fact, are we even talking about the native Elementor widget that you're using? Or are we talking about, I don't know, Quickly? Quickly? Has Quickly even got a WooCommerce? Something like that. Something midgy. Related products thing. Not sure. I'm sorry for asking all those questions because they are actually quite important questions. They are important questions because they will define what you do with it. That's what I'm wondering. Related. I can't even recall. Is there a related products widget? I can't remember. Is there a related product widget? Yeah, product related. There is a product related widget. Yeah. So I just wonder, what else have you got on there, IZ4? Either you're writing a mega long answer or you've disappeared. I will pretend that you've not disappeared on me and that you're still here. Because I'll be really upset if you have disappeared. Oh, there you are. 4 products, but everything inside the column is shoved right onto the left side. Okay. Huh? It's shoved. Oh, you mean it's shoved onto the left side, not shoved right into the left side. I have 2021 theme. Are you using Elementor? IZ4. What page builder are you using? The fact that you've said you're using 2021 has got every part of my body tingling like, what? What? By the way, is the sound from the microphone okay? Because on Paul's chat yesterday, MD Jadan said that the sound from my microphone wasn't very good. Now, I don't have any enhancers in OBS to boost the bass or anything like that. But is the sound okay? Is the sound okay? Is it sexy enough for you? Is the sound okay? But IZ4, can I just check? Are you using Elementor? Or, hey, Carry Post, good to have you here. Elementor, Divi, Gutenberg. Because you're using 2021, it's got me going, what are we using here? What do you got there? I mean, it could have been worse. You could have said 2020 or 2017. Elementor Pro. Okay, you should use hello. My recommendation to you, IZ4, right, is can you not use 2021 and can you use hello? Go with hello. 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 Just go with hello, all right? And you'll be fine. Sayed's question. Well, Jake's already given the answer, but I'm just going to double check. Okay, Sayed, let me explain something to you, right? This is quite important from Flexbox Container, okay? It is okay. You can use it, but if you have Container 1 and you've got, you know how you have basic gallery and the other advanced gallery? I'll come back to the microphone question in a minute. Yes, hello. Hello, Elementor. Hello. That's the one you want. And do what Jimmy just says. Hit the like, you bunch of people. If you've got the advanced gallery from Elementor in your container, right? And you have another container underneath. So section 1, section 2, but container, right? If you have a basic gallery, it will be fine. If you have the advanced gallery, right, and this is container 2, this is going to happen. It bleeds behind. It goes behind. It doesn't matter what Z index you do. It doesn't matter what marginal padding you do. It doesn't matter what you do. It bleeds behind the next container. So that's the only issue so far that I am aware of. So if you're using advanced gallery, bear that in mind. Okay, that's what I want to say about that. Thanks for confirming the sound is okay. I say this to everyone, okay? If you want to use it, go for it, do it. But if you build like a 20-page website with loads of lovely, complex, whatever stuff you do, fancy stuff, Elementor might do an update at some point which breaks what you've got. And if you're happy to go back and do the hard work and fix it, fine, do it. If not, I would say play safe, maybe. Just stick to section columns, but who am I? I'm nobody. Just double checking the questions. Yes, look, what George is saying there, the sidebar, that cropped in my head, but because I can't see, I'm not sure, but you need to go to hello. You need to go to hello. Now, Sayed's question was about the microphone. So, can you see? It's the fifine. Can you see the wording? You can't see the wording. Fifine. F-I-F-I-F-I-N-E. For fine. Right? It's a... I tried a lot of condenser microphones. Now, when you see a lot of reviews on YouTube and you go and buy one from Amazon, 90% of them are condenser microphones. And you sort of go, ooh, it condenses the sound. Actually, they're not that good. I tried out 3 good microphones. And what I found was condenser microphones started picking up sound elsewhere as well. This is a dynamic microphone. Dynamic, same connection, dynamic. Because if I count to 10, right? Watch this. 1, and you have to talk into the microphone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. See what happens as the microphone is there. The change in sound and quality. When I switched to this in January, and you'll know which videos were recorded using this because I was now in my upstairs room. The quality of sound, it went from what I would say was 5 or 6 out of 10. In my opinion, it went to like I'd say 5 out of 10, and it went up to about 8 to 9. It's not perfect, but it took a massive leap upwards. Right, just back to the questions. Nobody is nobody. Yeah, good question. Good answer there, Pixstar. Nobody is no. Hey, Richard, what did I miss in the last 2? It's what we've been live, Richard, for 5 hours. Richard, we've been live for 5 hours. We had to cut it for a minute because of a connection, but yeah, we've been live for 5 hours. Carapos, I'm pretty sure, right, that Elementor right now, because you gave them a deadline, are doing everything they can to get it ready for you. Believe me, right, if you're using Elementor, unless... When I do a directory website, I use the My Listing theme. That is the only time I will not use hello. That is it. Otherwise, it's hello all the way. Do we all use semantic HTML tags, or we just use standard divs? Good question there. We should, but I don't. I put my hand up. I just use the standards. And when you use the tags, you know, like with the headers and all of that. There you go, IZ4. So excellent. The hello theme has worked for you. Great to hear that. Watch out for your CSS that will tweak and mess things up. A good point by Jake as well. I would do what Jake has said. Get a copy of all your CSSs, right? Put them somewhere safe. Then delete them out or create a staging site. And now check, did you need those CSSs? Because, believe it or not, the 2021 theme, you were probably tackling that to get it to work. No, Richard, we've not been live. We've only been live for about 25 minutes. You haven't really missed much. Okay, so don't worry. You're not missed much. Ali Razar, what's the best free WordPress plugin? Huh? to send post-order emails such as reviews or thank you. Well, Ali, I would say that what you might want to do is try and link like your MailChimp or your MailerLite or something to your WooCommerce orders. And then what you can do is then send them an email or a campaign or a newsletter. Or maybe think about modifying. So you know in your WooCommerce you have your emails. Maybe think about modifying that so when they get their thank you email to say thank you for your order or whatever like that, blah blah blah, you could put some further content into there. Maybe do something like that. You might need to get a template built. In fact, George has just said it. Do you want to build a custom template? In fact, George, weren't you doing that the other day? A custom template. Hey, Eddie. You know what, George? Do a video. George, go do a video. Not right now, but go do a video on custom templates for WooCommerce. Go on, do one, mate. How are you doing, by the way, Eddie? You all right? I'm just reading what Pickstar says. No, Pickstar, sorry, I just read your comment. I am still in my downstairs room. I'm still in the downstairs room. Remember, I moved everything downstairs. Hey, video boy. Richard, can I ask you a question? I always forget to ask this, and it bothers me. The photo in your avatar, is that you or your son? I'm never sure. I look at it and go, either Richard looks really young, or that's a photo of your kid, or maybe someone else. Whenever I see you, I always go, is that you, Richard? Is that you? Hey, Andrew. How's the garden, Andrew? Right, okay, so Sayed, if you set the Z index, number 1, okay, look, what I'm going to say here, Sayed, I think you can use the Elementor header footer builder plugin. I did a video on this, on how you can make a sticky header even without Elementor Pro. And I'm pretty sure if you watch that video, you can do it with the footer as well. But if your client cannot afford, hey John, hope you're okay, John. If your client can't afford Elementor Pro, and what I'm going to say isn't going to go down well with everyone, I would say to the client, how serious are you about your website and what you're trying to achieve? Because if you're not willing to invest in the tools for your business or what you're trying to promote, that then says to me, I bet you've gone cheap on your hosting as well. I bet you've gone with the cheapest hosting provider. You want everything for free. And, what about your social media? What about your marketing? What are you going to do to help get yourself out there? So when I hear of people say, yeah, but our client, they don't want to pay for whatever, I always go back and go, then how serious are you about your business? But I did a video, do a search on YouTube in our channel. We did a video on sticky header with Elementor Free. And I'm pretty sure you can use the same method I did there with Elementor Free to get a sticky footer. All right, have a look at that. No, I'm still in the same room, Eddie. I'm still in the same room. I was just talking about how in January, I moved my recording studio from the garden office to my upstairs room. But that was like a 2 meter by 2 meter dungeon of a room. It was too tight. I've come downstairs to my normal study room, which is about 4 meters. No, hold on. 4 meters by 3 meters. And I have so much more space. I feel more free. But I brought everything downstairs. Oh, it is you, Richard. How old are you, Richard? How old are you? There you go, IZ4. And do you know what? I'm really, really glad that you've made that switch to hello. And I'm glad you came here. And I'm glad we were able to help you out really quick with that. It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing how the theme you use for Elementor can make a massive difference. Yeah, the rain. North Wales, well, any part of Wales, not even North Wales, any part of Wales is always going to be a bit of rain. Garden is good, bushes. Just reading the questions and answers here. Oh, do you know what, George? I've not used that one before, Yay Mail. Let me just put it on here, my list of things to look at. What Yay Mail for WooCommerce email templates. I'm going to have a look at that one now. I'm going to have a look at that one. Thanks for pointing that one out, George. Don't forget to click like, everyone, all right? Because it makes a difference, okay? It just means that there's a higher chance that people might find us or stuff like that. What are you all working on today? I reckon Paul's probably got an idea for a video or editing in the background, I bet. Right now, while watching this, he's editing or something. What are you all working on at the moment? So IZ4, is this your website or a client's website you're working on? Video Boy. Video Boy's put a question. Let me just see what Jake says. Oh, he's talking about Flandudnu. It's actually, isn't it pronounced Flandudnu? It looks like Landudnu, but it's Flandudnu, isn't it? Am I right? Video Boy. I'm planning to merge my small tech news site and web services. As long as they complement each other, Video Boy, I don't see any problem with that. You know, I suppose, right, it saves you having to administer two websites. And if your blog or your news site are getting good hits, it can have a knock-on impact onto your web services and people find you more. So as long as they complement each other, it's not really a bad thing. Okay. Paul. So installing WP. Oh yes, Jimmy. Finish your portfolio. Rebuild. Is it Clandudnu? Paul. Can Paul clarify? I used to say flan. So Jake says Clandudnu. Clandudnu. I used to say flan. The Flandudnu. Does anyone even know? maybe the D and the N are silent, so it's just like Lanu or Lu. Maybe the N is silent, so it's just an extended Lu. Right? The D and the N are silent. The D and the N are silent, so it's just low. I don't know. I don't know. I'm losing it now. Ooh, dear. Yeah, okay. Employer's website. Well, you know. Don't worry, IZ4. You're learning. You'll get used to it. And it could open up opportunities, right? You know, it could open up opportunities for you. Hey, Sayed, web design agency. We design websites. We just started one on Monday, got the first draft over yesterday. Client is super, super happy because it's We had to go out our comfort zone with what we did on it as well, and how we built it. And I'm just working on another one now. So we're a web design agency, clients, all of that, but we also do a lot of tutorials and videos and live chats, helping people out with not just how to build a website, but how to sometimes think about doing it differently, where you don't have to always rely on a plugin. And sometimes you can do it with either a tiny bit of code or just think out the box. Like, so many times I have solved people's problems using the call to action widget or the testimonial carousel. They are probably the two most underappreciated widgets, I think, in Elementor's arsenal. I really do. The call to action widget and all of that. Really do. In terms of product, I mean, we've got a mastery membership. Okay, so we have got that. So, like, you know, for training and stuff like that on businesses, marketing, branding, scaling up, pricing, technical stuff as well. Elementor, getting the best out of it to help you, your clients, and your business, of course. And we used to have some products that we need to revisit, which are small products for about £37, which were dedicated to either building a website or thinking about your business or stuff like that. But we're regularly putting out videos, as you know. If you've subscribed, you'll see that. Don't forget to click like. What's this? Notes 2. What is this? Are you joking, Carapos? Notes 2. The call to action widget. Shall I show you? Let me show you what it does, right? Let's just do it. I think this is a massively underappreciated plugin. Let's just do this, right? Let's just go for about 150. No, we'll go with about... Right. Let's just go over here, okay? So let's now drop in the call to action widget, which is this one here. Let's just make this a boxed so you can see it better on the screen like that. Okay, so we have got a call to action widget, right? Now the call to action widget, let me get myself out of the way. Put myself up here. Now the call to action widget is... Thanks, Paul. I'm going to have a look at that in a minute. So look, when you hover over it, if we put an image in here, let's just put this image in, right? Okay. When you put in an image, look, it zooms in. You got text here as well. You can rearrange it how you want. You could even get rid of that look and have it like looking something like this. Style it. Sorry, let me style it. You know, you could start to have things that you can basically style it or do what you want. But here's what I really, really like, and a lot of people don't appreciate this. If you were to go in and get rid of all of the content like that, okay, go to image, just make that full, go to style. Hold on, what have I done wrong there? Where's my image gone? Oh no, content, yes, sorry. There you go, right. Let me just shrink this down. I know people that have gone and put in tons of code, right? Or another add-on just to do this. You see that? And you don't need it. Just use the call to action widget. You've got your zoom in effect on your image, right? And the other stuff also that I like about this is that when you go to hover effects, you could have like, we could go move to the right. No, we'll do move up, and for the background, we'll move to the right. So look, when I hover, look, see the wording moves up and the image moves to the right. There is so much funky stuff you can do with the call to action widget, and I really think it is such an underappreciated widget, because everyone goes, oh, call to action. But you can use it in so many versatile ways. It is super good. Right. I'm just going to listen to... Did you email that voice memo, Paul? Did you email? Oh, you did. Yep, you did. Let me just... let me play it.
It's pronounced Llandudno.
Do you want to hear this, everyone? Right, let's just see if we can get the sound on this. Are you ready?
It's pronounced Llandudno.
Hope you all got that. I'll now be practicing on how to say that properly. Just back to the comments. Report day for end of month on maintenance. Yeah, good one, John. It is a good day when they, when you know the recurring income recurs. What do you want me to? What do you want me to replicate? Web Squad. Jake. Better just double check what you're talking about there. Oh, to pronounce it. I'm not going to try. Llandudno. I think you were right. It sounds like a K. So I've been saying Llandudno and I've got it wrong. Llandud. La 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 la. Llandudno. So yeah, the CTA widget, I hope that clarifies a bit more. Because I know so many people, right, when they've said on the Elementor Facebook group or elsewhere, I want to do like a Ken Burns or a Zoom effect. So many people have gone, yeah, put some JavaScript in, or go over here for a tutorial, or use this plugin, or Premiere add-ons or something. And I'm sat there going, what? Just use the CTA widget. It's right there. Oh, okay. Take away the K. Llandudno. Llandud. Why am I doing it? I'm not going there. Why am I even bothering? You know, who cares? I mean, what if we find out that Timbuktu has a silent T? Imbuk-oo. That sounds quite... Imbuk-oo. I don't know. Oh, Jack, I'm not even going to go there. Lamfairpnil. I often feel like that when I see some Welsh names, I sit there thinking, right, that when they were thinking up the words, they had a broken keyboard, right? They had a keyboard, right, that was missing letters. Someone had like snapped them off or dropped Coke on it. It wasn't working. And they were like, we've got to name these cities. What do we do? Right, okay, right. They got a printer, like, you know, like with the blocks. And they go, right. Oh, bugger. Who is playing Scrabble? We've lost all the letters. What we got left? Right, we've got P, W, L, G. Right, what do we go for? And an N. Right, what do we go for? Oh, God, yeah, okay. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's spin the bottle. And wherever the bottle ends, we use that letter. We've got an L. We've got another L. Why? Like, I sometimes go and go, what was the point of the two L's there? It's like, look, Llanfairpwll. It's like, what happened there? And the L key was sticky. Yeah, it was like, someone pressed it and that was it. They sat there with like a screwdriver trying to pin it up, and every time they do, it accidentally adds to the words. Don't say that, Paul. Don't say that. Oh no, I'm in trouble. But I reckon they were just going, oh, what should we go for? What should we go for here? I mean, you know what? It's like an episode. It's like an episode, right, of countdown, right? And they go, oh, I'll have a consonant. Yep, okay. And then they go, I'll have a vowel. Vowel? Noun. Vowel. No, vowel. I'll have a vowel. And then she goes, oh no, the cards have been mixed up. Oh, we'll just put it on. And they go, I want another vowel. They go, oh no, the card's been mixed up. I will just put it on. And the guy goes, is that the letter I, the capital I? And she goes, no, it's a lowercase L. And they go, no. I want a vowel. She goes, they're mixed up. The cards are mixed up. And then they go, oh, I'll go for a consonant because maybe the vowel is in the consonant pile. And she goes, oh no, they're perfect. So here's a consonant. At this point, you're sat there going, what the heck is this? Is this like Super Conundrum session day or something? What's going on here? Can you imagine that? Vavavoo, Shooting Stars. That's Shooting Stars. That's Vic Reeves. I know that Pixar. That is what you're talking about, isn't it? Shooting Stars. Vavavoo. Yeah? That used to be one of my favourite shows. When was that? That was it mid to late 90s? No, mid 90s, not mid to late. It was mid 90s. I think that show, was a groundbreaker in what it did. You know, with what's that comedian's name? Matt James, who played George Dawes. For me, Shooting Stars was a groundbreaker in just new form of comedy brought into TV shows. Is anyone else here a fan of Shooting Stars? Does anyone even remember it? You are right, Andrew. You are right. And you can almost flip it the other way around, can't you? So, anyone who speaks native Welsh, when they look at like words in English, it's going to be the same mindset. They're going to go, what the heck happened here? You know, what are all these vowels for? You know, the only vowel you should use is I and you. I, you. But George, the only the only kind of few words I know is isn't it Maktu or Klingon? Isn't that Klingon? Isn't it Maktu? Or is it Aktu? No, it's Aktu or Maktu. I think that's Klingon, right? Shooting Stars. What a show, right? What a show. Right. Now, silent letters gets me. Like scissors. What's the point of the C? Or knife? What's the point of the K? I think they're the only two I can think of now. Knife, scissors. Knowing. Knit. It just... Because I once said to someone, what is the point of it? But the thing is, though, it all goes back to like at the time of the language, doesn't it? And you are going into Old English. I remember looking into that when I was at A levels. I can't remember where we got to with that, but there was always a reason. Shy letters. Shy letters. No, new, yeah. Yeah. Right, I'm going to be back in 2 minutes, okay? Back in 2 minutes. Let me just pop this up on here. There we go. I'll be back in, well, it says 5 minutes, but I'll be back in 2, okay? 2 minutes, all right? Just back in 2. Hey everyone. No, I've not. You should know by now. If I'm going to the loo, I'll tell you when I'm going to the loo. Normally it's every hour. No, if I'm going to the loo, I'll tell you. Sometimes I go every hour when I have to go wee, when I'm like dropping carbs out my system. When I say dropping carbs, you're actually wee out. So when you reduce the carbohydrates in your system, so your body is like letting go of the water. You wee every hour. But I normally tell you guys when I'm doing that. You know, it's like every half hour, 45 minutes. Don't forget to click like, okay, if anyone is watching right now. It is super, super important. It makes a difference in terms of YouTube algorithm and other people finding us and stuff like that. It makes a big, big difference. So, yeah. And it means a lot, okay? It seriously means a lot to us as well. I'm just trying to work out the best words for this client's website. Because I've taken some words off what they've got, and I'm struggling to. I'm trying to come up with a really nice headline for them at the moment. And it's it just isn't. It's just not hitting me at the moment, and I don't like that. When you're trying to like come up with a really inspirational headline, it's just not jumping out at me at the moment. I want to give him like a really high octane. I would say really high octane, punchy impact statement. Because it needs it. It really just needs something gutsy, something really like boom in your face kind of thing. No, hey ENJR. No, I didn't. I saw bits of it. My wife was watching it. It was on in the background of the TV, and I saw bits of it. But I did find that ENJR, I think it was biased. I think it was a little bit too biased in how it was making out things were either really good or really bad. And I think it was... sometimes I think it focused on some things more than it needed to. So, what is my process when I start a new website? Do you jump straight into Elementor or do you use Figma? I don't use Figma. I don't use Adobe XD. I prefer to, I might scribble down. Let me try and find one we had a while ago. So, I will scribble down a rough idea for what we're going to make the website look like. I will look at competitor websites or example websites. I will then start to scribble down the approximate layout I think we should go for, kind of thing, like that. And when I start to refine it and then be a bit more specific of what goes where, what headline goes here, what's going to go where basically. But I keep it quite fluid. The reason I keep it fluid is because what looks really good here, the minute you put it onto a website, you might say, oh yeah, slideshow here. The minute you build it, all of a sudden, you go, or the images, you go, not feeling it now or whatever. And so I prefer to have a bit of agility, a bit of freedom to change things. Which is why I don't like working on pixel perfect websites. Did it once, never going to do it again. I'll be honest. I'm really honest here. I will never do it again because the client paid someone quite a bit of money to have a design done and now they wanted it built. And as we were building it, I started saying, this doesn't really work. A couple of bits here and there. And it was like, you really need to think about shifting it. And go, no, that's the design. I was like, yeah, I get that. But you're shooting yourself in the foot with how the flow, and they didn't want to have it. And I was like, when I'm working on a website where I get a really bad vibe off it, or I can see that this just doesn't work, it makes me not angry, but I fear for the client and I fear for what they're trying to get across. And I go, it just doesn't work, you know. And often, sometimes designers, they pull together a design and they have no concept over how it's going to be built or what you're going to do, you know. And it's like going, right, we can achieve that, but now to achieve that, you're going to have an inner section and an inner whatever, you know. You're going to have more absolute positioning. You're going to have this, you're going to have that. There's more DOM. There's more code. There's more blah, 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 blah. And they go, no, that's the design. So I like things to be a bit more fluid. I like things to be a bit more like, okay, we said we're going to have a hero banner, this color, headline, I don't know, subheader, maybe a call to action button somewhere, maybe an image or whatever, okay? Then when you build it, you go, room or something, or your garden. You design it, right? You have everything laid out. You're going to have your plants here. You're going to put this here. You're going to do that there. You're going to put your shelf here. You're going to put this here. You're going to put R2-D2 there and your fridge there, whatever. Then when you start to piece it together, do you always stick to the plan? Or do you sometimes go, well, you know what? That exercise bike is now 20 centimeters towards the window when it actually was meant to be here. And that sofa used to be here. And this table used to be there. I changed this about a month ago. The sofa was here. And all of this crap was over there. But why'd you change it? Because you suddenly realized the flow worked better and the look worked better like this. But that's just me. Like I said, it's just how I operate and work, and it served us well and our clients well, and relationships well. Nothing wrong with using Figma, Adobe XD, GIMP, Photoshop, Photopea, whatever. I just like the scribble approach and the outline on paper and the drawings. Because you know what? I can go, photo send. And the client goes, what about X? I go, yeah, no problem. Photo send. I could be anywhere, right? I could be picking up my son. And client goes, oh, I got an idea for something. I can quickly go, right, yeah. I can even do it on the phone. You know, I can go, yeah, what about this? Da-da-da-da-da-da, with a scribble. You know, you do a scribble on your phone in notes or a message. And I can just send it to them. While I'm walking to pick my son up, I can literally just go, yeah, okay, what about the boom, send. I don't have to go with, right, got to get back now, got to log in, got to do a bullet, a proper. But that's just me. I am not saying it is wrong to do that. It's just I prefer to have the flexibility. Does that answer the question? So, Catalyse, how many hours do you guys start off with when you calculate your time? Well, you're going to know. If someone says to you they just want like a header, hero banner, a section with icons, services, contact form or whatever like that, menu anchors maybe, a map. If you know the color palette, you got the images, you know the content, you can knock that up in a day. Easy. If, however, you got the exact same look, but the client does not have the images, does not know the content, doesn't even have a logo or their branding, now you're looking at about probably 2 days, because there'll be a bit of back and forth, right? So you go on. What are they giving you? And here's a great way to think of it. Here's a great way to think of it. How long is it going to take you to paint this room? I've told you the color. I've got you the paint tubs and the equipment. Paint this room 1 day, because it might need 3 coats, because it was, let's say it's black paint. It might need 3 coats, right? 1 day. Or I say, paint the room. I don't know the colour. I don't know if I'm doing all the walls yet. I don't even have the equipment. Do you get what I mean? And if I then say to you, paint the room, and I give you all the equipment and paint, but I now also want the ceiling and the floor painted, why would I do that? But let's say now it could be 2 days because you got to paint and not step on the paint. So it all comes down to how clear are they? Have they got the resources, the like the content? Just because someone says, yeah, I got my logo, I've got my images, I know what font I want. If they don't know the wording, well, that's now going to take a day or two to get right. They're like, oh, I want this. Oh, no, change it. Oh, no. Yeah. So a lot of that can... And this is where, Catalyse, I would say, yeah... I sometimes say to clients, I'm not starting until... in fact, you know what I say to some clients? I'm not even taking a deposit. When we discuss what we're going to do, I go, right, okay, if you want me to work with you on this, I need you to go away and think about boom, 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 boom. And when you know you've got those, we make a start. We then now go into, right, working with you. And it might take another week before we actually work on your website as we refine things. But I am not going to waste my time, even if they pay, on someone where I get a feeling that they have not got a clue on content, images, wording, whatevers. Because you know what? From experience, they're the ones that drag. They drag. Now, you could argue, yeah, but if they pay the deposit, who cares? No. Because I like to know that if I start a job like the one we're working on now today, that we started today, I am going to have that done by Saturday morning. By Saturday morning, that is done. I now know that if I start another job, I start that on Monday. Right? I know what my time is. However, if I start the job today, and I don't know about the content and images and what we're doing, it's going to drag to next week. It might drag the week after. I now can't start scheduling things in. What if you get another website, right? And it's going to need a bit of work, right? A whole week. Do I pencil them in on Monday or the week after? Because I need to focus on that website. I can't be jumping around 2-3 projects. So if I get a client and they're keen, they want to work with us, but they ain't got a clue, I dodge them. I don't want to know because I've been there. We once had 4. It was 4 back and forth going, what about this? Oh no, okay, can't do that until they give us something, so we jump onto this one. Oh, then we do so much, now onto this one. And you're like that, and then you're like that, and you're like that. And then you get emails. You get 4 different emails, WhatsApp messages, phone calls. You're like this. You're zipping around like a pinball. Bing, 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 bing. Gets messy, right? So, yeah, watch out for it. So Jake, point you made. I don't charge by the hour. However, I do charge by the hour. So let me break that down for you, okay? Okay. Basic website. Both of them are one-page websites. Both of them. This website will take 1 day because we've got all the content. This website, tiny bit more thinking. It might take 2 days. Both of them are a one-page website. Same amount of effort, but this one's got a bit more. You're going to be going back and forth with the client, whatever. This will cost more than that one. Because I know I will be putting more hours into this one. So even though I don't charge by the hour, if you know you're going to be spending more time on another project, I cost it higher. So WooCommerce, starting price will be X. But if I know that this one, even though we'll do the first 3 products for you, if they want more than 3 products and they're not going to do it themselves, they've got to pay us for it. We do 3, We do a quick video for them, show them what to do, blah, 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 blah. If, however, getting the info out of them for the product description, you're going to have to modify the images and whatever, well, this one will cost more. Because you're not charging by the hour, but actually, I am charging by the hour. I'm now saying, here's the starting point, but if there's more effort required, therefore more hours, higher price. And that's what you do. So I completely agree. I don't like to charge by the hour, but I charge by effort. So think of it as like, that's your pricing strategy. Because you know what you can do in one day. Basic website, knock it out in a day. You know what you got. You can do it. Boom. Bit more effort, you got to charge more. Why? Because if it's a one-page website, but it's going to take 5 days now, back and forth with the client, getting all of this done and all of that, why would you charge the same price that you know you can knock out in a day? It's 5 days. And I often do say to the client, look, sometimes I give a price to the client and they go, oh, can't you get it done cheaper? And I go, yeah, I can. But you must get to me the logo in high resolution, your content written out in Word, what images you're going to use, where you're going to use them, what are your sitemap, what are your pages. You say you want, you know what I hate is when a client goes, yeah, I want social media icons. They're like this, isn't it? They're like, yeah, social media icons. And then I go, wicked, but what is the address? You want Facebook, what's the address? You want Instagram, what's the address? You want Twitter, what's the address? And they go, I ain't set them up yet. And you're like, set them up then, right? So I say to them, look, you get all the stuff I can get, and I now know it's going to like take less time for me to produce because I've got all the equipment. Then they go to the base price. I never go below the base price. Let me be clear. If I've said your WooCommerce website will cost £1,300, let's say, it will never go below that. What it can do is go higher. Basic website, it's clear as mud on our website, websquadron.co.uk. We do not build a website for less than, do you know what, I can't remember. Is it 920 or 960? See that? I can't remember now. I don't know why. Last night it was in my head. 920. It is 920. So basic website will not be below £920. The only thing that can happen is it can go higher if there's more effort. So Zibignew, yes. So we break it down. Here's the cost of your website. Do we need to modify your images? There's a cost attached. Do we need to connect your domain to the hosting? There's a cost attached. Do we need to write your content? There's a cost attached. Do we need to do your SEO, rank math, keywords? There's a cost attached. So I would say, don't give away your time for free. All right? Don't give away your time for free. Yeah, so sorry, I skipped the point there, about copywriting. Yeah, if you're going to write the content, that is... So if I know you got a basic price of $9.20 and I got to do your content, the price will go up, depending on how many pages and stuff I got to write. Because you know that when you write it, and you'll do the best you can, the client will come back and go, oh, I don't like it. You got to do it again. So make sure you factor in the revision as well. So the cost might go from $9.20 to $1,400. At this point, your client's going, what? And then I say to him, you want it at $9.20, you write the content. You write the content and you tell me where it's going and are there any images to go with it. You tell me. You say it in a nicer way. You go, yeah, look, hey, we can knock off £480. £480. If you decide on your content, where it's going to go, and You know your keywords and you put the keywords in your content. You tell them to do it. And if they don't want to do it, here's the cost. And if they go, well, I ain't paying, fine. Think of it as a blessing that you realized now, early on, right, before you put the effort in, that this is someone who's kind of like, I ain't paying that. Nah. Because if that's their attitude, right, in that they don't value what you do, imagine what would have happened 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 5 months down the line when they're still pissing you about. They're messing you around. Think of that. Better to know now than to get into a working relationship with them, because it ain't worth it. I'll tell you now, the money you would have got is not worth a sleepless night or worrying. Right, just back to the questions here. No, we give him a fixed... but Catalyst, I give him a fixed price. When I'm talking to them, I get an idea in my head, right, is this someone who has a clue, doesn't have a clue? Can they get me what I want? I say to them, you know, have you thought about your logo and your colours and da-da-da-da-da? And the minute they say to me, no, do your magic, the cost jumps up big time. Because I know this is going to be someone who's going to, like, take the mick. And I don't like the time. I want to get the job done, move on. You know, work with them, create it, revise it, might be another revision, close off, hand over, move on. I want to know that next week, what I've got on my board over here, there are magnets here, magnets, right? On my board here, what am I planning to do on Monday? I want to hit that. What am I planning to do on this Saturday? I want to hit that. I don't want to be going, right, client messes me around, they can't make their mind up, and then all of a sudden everything I planned gets shifted, because it messes up my schedule then. Unless the client has an accident, I want them to stay on target. I just read what Jake said. A login. And they're like, what do you need a login for? Oh, I saw it. That's quite funny. That is actually quite funny. Sorry if I'm not following all of your comments. I'm just trying to read them all quick. Glad you think like that as well, Eddie. And it's something that when you start off, we end up in we'll take everything that is thrown at us. Client wants it to change, we'll change it. Client wants a discount, we give a discount. Client doesn't want to pay, yep, we'll knock it down for you, because we don't want to lose the job. Once you've experienced a bad client who does not respect you, your skills, or what you do, why do you want to be working with them? Why do you want to put yourself through that? You know, whether you are a bus driver, a waiter, a cleaner, doesn't matter. You are doing a job. And people have this weird view of web designers. Oh, you're just a web designer. You're just a web designer. You're just sat in your bedroom. You know, you're just a web designer. I don't like that. I really don't like that attitude. You know, why should, you might work with a lawyer or a doctor. And they're like, yeah, I'm a doctor. You're just a web designer. Quite frankly, don't care what you're paying me. I ain't working with you. Because I respect you, everyone else, and what we do. Right? It's kind of saying to them, yeah, but without the web, without the website, I don't know what they'd have, but without the web, without all the stuff we have, you know, what would you do when you want to get an answer to a problem or find help or buy something? What would you do? You know, and they never like to think like that, do they? How do you feel, Darren? How do you feel if you know the supplied content? Oh, I go back to them, Darren. In fact, Darren, I tell them at the start what I expect and how I want it delivered. Don't send me content and images on WhatsApp or messages or whatever. Send it to me via WeTransfer.com. Send me the content a certain way. I had one client once who was like, oh, I put it all on Google, download it. I was like, no. I was really clear on how I want stuff. That is how I want stuff. I don't want to have to go to Google and download. No, I want the stuff the way we agreed. And I stay firm on that. I stay firm on that, right? If a lawyer says to you, you must provide XYZ back to them, you do it, don't you? If you're told by your doctor or hospital, you must give me a urine sample in a bottle or a tub, you don't give it to them in a bowl. You do what they tell you, right? So why is it when a web designer says you must send images via WeTransfer, high resolution, don't crop and scale them, just give them to me? If I say I want the content in Word and you clarify the images, you must title your images accordingly. And they don't, I go back. If they give me pixelated images, I go, no, this ain't going to work. And you know what? I make very clear to them that when they pay that 50%, they are buying into my time and effort. And if they don't provide what we need, it is non-refundable. I really push on that and I make clear to them the deposit they pay is non-refundable. Because if I lose a day back and forth saying to them, your images, your quality, your content is not right, you need to get this right. And they go, oh, we don't want to work with you now. But don't get a refund. I make that very clear. Just like when you do rank math, you are not guaranteed page 1 on Google. It will help you. It starts the wheels of motion. It is not guaranteed. When someone says to me, can you help improve our page speed score? I tell them, I will do everything I can. I will do everything that I want to do. But your score might not get 95% on page speed mobile. Because you got Facebook Pixel. You got Google Tag Manager. You got cookie consent. You got intersections. I've told you to get rid of them, but you don't want to get rid of them. So there is only something and so much you can do, right? If your car needs to have an MOT and the garage says you must bring your car and drop it off here, you don't drop it off across the city and go collect it for me, unless they do a collection service, right? It's like when you buy a ticket to go in the cinema and you get a cinema seat. You don't go, oh, you know what, forget it. I'm going to lie down on this entire row and put my feet up. Right? So sometimes throw back to them a real life analogy to get them to understand, especially if it's their business as well. So you're working with a lawyer and the lawyer goes, I ain't paying this. Say to them, yeah, but if someone comes in for like family law or criminal law or divorce or whatever, you have a set price for every meeting, don't you? Just to talk to you without you doing any work, I'm going to pay you £70. How come it's all right for them? But we allow them to disrespect us. I could go on and on about mindsets. Excellent, Richard. See what I mean, though? The call to action. You don't have to do code. You don't have to do another plugin. It's one of the most not appreciated widgets. For sure, the call to action. Oh, absolutely, Jake. Very good point there. You know, they get a portrait done, but they don't want to pay for it. You kind of go, who are you to decide on the price? You know, if the person is doing it says, right, here's the price, you pay it. It's very, just reading things here. Today I've learned 2 new things. So Richard has used how to use the call to action, not to give the doctor a urine sample in a breakfast bowl. This is where I put my peanuts. Peanuts. Peanut. Nuts. All right? Got to get that right because we're talking about urine samples, aren't we? Richard, honestly. Is in there. This is just where I put my peanuts. Peanuts. I think I first started appreciating the call to action about 2 years ago. And I was like, there's so many ways the word peanuts can be used wrong, right? It's unbelievable. Right, we have been live for 1 hour 23. So take care, Eddie. I'm about to close off in a couple of minutes anyway. So any final questions or anything anyone wants to ask, I hope. Exactly, Andrew. P comes from it's a weird word, isn't it? It's just so, you could create an entire comedy show about. In fact, now when you think about it, Charlie Brown, Peanuts. I now do wonder, is that how the word came? Is that how they came up with the word? Charlie Brown, Peanuts. The whole show makes you wonder now, doesn't it? I hope you did find that useful today, though, how I really expanded on the whole clients and starting off a job and getting the stuff in, the resources, pricing up depending on what you're getting. I really hope that's helped. Don't forget to click like, by the way, okay? If you haven't already, please do click like. I don't get anything out of the likes. There's no money falling out the sky. It's more to do with the YouTube algorithm and other people discovering the video and our channel. It's more for that. The call to action widget is, you know how you can have the words underneath the image or have the words on the image depending on the style you pick. But the great thing is that when you move your mouse over the image or your finger or whatever else you want to hover over it, I don't know what you do, the image will move. It won't just expand. You can have it shrink. You can have it move left and right, up and down. You can really do funky stuff on that. In fact, Jake, I did a video 2 weeks ago on a one section, one column with loads of different contents using custom whips. Go and watch that. It's got call to action widgets galore. Hey, Soren, I'm about to close off now, Soren. Really sorry you're just joining in, but I'm about to close off now. I will be back tomorrow, okay? But I am just about to close off so I can crack on with something. Hey, Andrew, look, you take care, okay? See you in a couple of weeks or whenever you jump back on. But you take care. Okay, everyone, I am going to cut the live now. Thanks again, everyone, for coming. It's just great to talk, right? It's always just great to talk. And I think we covered off some really good stuff with the call to action widget and the pricing of jobs with clients and thinking about what they provide for you. Right, take care, everyone. Stay safe, and I will see you all soon. Hey, Soren, really sorry, yeah? Really sorry because you're just joining on. Watch the replay. Watch the replay. Talk to the screen. Pretend I'm talking to you right now on your 10-minute break. You're not on the loo, are you? But whatever you're doing, you take care. Thanks again, Paul, for being here. See you all soon. Stay safe. Go and grab a packet of crisps. Or not. But stay safe. See you all soon.